today I'm going to be doing a character sheet for my OC Oakleaf. She's a cat OC. I've tried to draw this her many times, and there's a few key elements of that have stayed the same. Usually she's black and white and has amber eyes, and that's it's about as far as I go. So Oakleaf is born to Pale Smoke and Dark Song, alongside her sister Pigeon Kit. And the editing's going to jump around a bit for this because I did this all out of order, like a really, really smart person. So anyway, she was born to Pigeon. So took a bit of time designing them because I knew I had a couple traits I wanted for her and her, slight spoilers, children. So the designs for her parents influenced this. And yeah, that's sort of her. Her mum's a calico point, except not really pointed. She's just kind of, that's the way she turned out. And she has really similar markings to her dad. Alright, so I went through a couple incarnations of this one with the how to draw her as a kit. But I think in the end I went with this kind of thing where she's leading them, which is important, as you'll find out. Yeah, but that's the original one. They look a lot more like babies right now. But yeah, I think that's cute. Okay. So yeah, this is where I read it a bit. But here is... So she basically, as a kid, was a leader. She was the big old leader of the gang, and they all looked up to her. And, you know, there's the other kits. I think there's Wing Kit, Soot Kit, Snap Kit, and Pigeon Kit. Obviously, who's her sister. And I made the saturation on Wing Kit's fur different. Like her wing markings are different hued. That's because she is a bicolor brindle, which is basically this kind of mutation where they're supposed to be tortoiseshell, but they're not. It's grey. So yeah, I think that was cute. And then Swan Star, the current leader, mistook her kind of leadership as thick-skinned. She was not. She was a sensitive little girl. And she apprenticed her to Thunderstrike, who was not very nice. He sort of isolated her from the other cats, repeatedly told Swan Star that she was bad apprentice and didn't deserve to be made a warrior alongside the others. So she ended up missing her warrior ceremony, not once but twice. And instead of telling anyone about this, he didn't want her to, so she didn't. Fun fact, if an adult ever tells you not to tell anyone, tell somebody, please. So she was isolated from her clan and her friends, and that is when she met Redpaw, who was this goofy, dorky Sky Clan apprentice, and they fell in love instantly. She was gone. She felt like a lot less isolated, like she could finally just be herself, because Redpaw had also failed his warrior ceremony, and she was like, oh my god, somebody I can relate to. So yeah, they hit it off. And next, Swanstar was like, hey, why is this apprentice failing so many things? Does she really need help? So she basically helped her with that, and she was like, okay, well, I'll take you for a bit. And then she was like, oh my god, you should have made a warrior ages ago. So then she earned the name Oakleaf. And then I went through a couple of incarnations of this, but basically the other two cats here are Hive Whisker and Splash Fur, and the names have gone through a bit, but I think they're originally all brother and sister, but I don't like that very much. They don't really look like brother and sister, but also I can't have them as another straight couple. I cannot take that. So yeah, but basically, Oakleaf gets pregnant. They hadn't really been trying this, but they got it. She got pregnant, and then a little while after she was telling them, her friends weren't too pleased, but after she was telling them, they got attacked, and by Sky Clan. They somehow found out that they were meeting, and they weren't too pleased. In fact, they killed Redbrush and tried to kill Oakleaf, but she ran off and became a kitty pet, where she had 3 kits, Splodge, You, and Shadow. One for the clan she left behind, one because Splodge You helped, she was very imaginative, and one because that was the name that she and Redbrush had discussed together. So yeah, she's a kitty pet, and she's not too happy. She's kind of still in mourning for her mate. But you know, she's got her kits now, and she's trying to raise them together. You will notice that one of the kits looks a lot like her mum. So yeah, then I started sketching the big thing. I drew her smiling because my girl, she deserves to be happy once in her life. So yeah, she's just colouring her now. She looks relaxed. She does eventually get like a friend in Zillow Place, but yeah, there's the finished sheet, and that's my girl. Woo!